Hi everyone, we are Team Nexus, which stands for Networking for Us, building projects to enhance networking for clean energy student leaders just like ourselves. So first off, an introduction. My name is Maria Jang. I am a junior at Cornell University studying applied economics and management. To this project, this idea of networking, I worked for 2 years in the career services office for 7 hours a week. So spent a lot of time with my peers trying to help them develop their networks. And on campus, I'm also part of a revolving loan fund for energy efficiency upgrades.
I'm Deep Shaw. I'm a fourth-year graduating senior at Ohio State University, majoring in chemical engineering with a minor in economics. I intend to pursue a PhD after graduation, and what I bring to this club is I used to be the president for Engineers for a Sustainable World at Ohio State. Brought that organization back from almost nothing that it was at Ohio State back to something that's a little bit more reviving to be around, so that's exciting. Alex?
Hi, I'm Lauren Shum. I'm a sophomore at Duke University studying electrical and computer engineering and minoring in energy engineering. I am interested in energy technologies, including storage, distribution, and transmission, and I served as technical lead for this project.
And last but not least is our fourth teammate, Doug Stigler, who's on his way right now. He's a senior at UNC Chapel Hill studying business, and next year he will be an incoming Sun Edison Financial Associate. So we're very excited for him. All right, so quickly, throughout this presentation, we'll go through the 4 steps of a transition. The 4 points that we'll go through is, first off, our inspiration. Second, the research that we did. Third, our solution and our project. And fourth, our transition plans. So first off, we started with students. We're all really tapped into the energy spaces within our individual universities and colleges. So we went out and asked people. We sent out a survey, collected over 50 responses about what students wanted to see. We just interviewed our friends and classmates, and many of you even filled out our survey, which was very helpful. So what did they need? They came back to us and said the 3 top things they always are looking for within clean energy is how to build a career, how to develop professionally, and how to build more awareness of the industries that they're interested in. And these weren't new things to us. They're all our own personal desires and wishes as we want to go out and work for us and contribute good things. So we thought, okay, there's something else missing here. How do we get from point A, where we're at, to point B, where our end goal is? So we talked to our advisors. And Adam suggested this great statistic that showed a lot of light on the point from path from A to B. 70% of jobs are found by networking, which means 30%, cold call, you submit an application, you don't know anyone there at the company. So we want to make sure that students are making more connections to other energy leaders, but then also other people in the field. So we thought this was pretty exciting.
So this right here kind of highlights what our survey looked like, and if you look over here, you can see that over 50%, or actually right at 50% of the people that we surveyed wanted professional development compared to all the other choices that were available, right? So now we had some market feedback. This is something that we needed to work on. So we have a little video which will help us out, and we wanted to kind of create a web platform that anyone anywhere across the world kind of access. Initially, it would be starting off in the States with the student pipeline, but it's from this website called Major League Hacking. And so Major League Hacking is for people that want to join hackathons and anything else. And so the purpose was to actually get students really excited in the space, just like how hackers are in the space for hackathons and things. And so we wanted a website that looked a lot like this. If you look at it, it's very easy to look at. They had really cool events across the country, across universities, that kind of thing. And we wanted to bring that same kind of energy to the clean energy space. And so we thought, why not? We could do it.
And so what we created is a platform that aggregates all of these events that are relevant to students in one place, because there's nothing quite like that at the moment that spans the extent that we wanted to cover. So what we have here is a bunch of event cards on a page. Each of them has the name of the events. They have a little bit of a logo. When you click it, you're redirected to the website, the main website for the actual event. And you can, once you're at the website, you can click through it. But we also wanted to include a place for people to submit events. And in the future, this is going to be managed maybe by a Spark intern. After these events are submitted, it'll go to a system where it can be approved, rejected, or maybe placed, if it's an event very far in the future, it might be placed on hold. And so what we're looking to do is provide a way for people to submit content and also view the content. And so part of this, the event, the information we require includes the type of event it is, a meetup or a conference or some other type of event. We also wanted to make sure people knew the date, the location, the name of the event, of course, and then a little bit of a description, and then the event image is on the bottom. So all this would be compiled into the page that you saw previously on the screen. And in short, what we wanted to deliver was hand-picked relevant energy events. And so why? Because students are interested in, clean tech students are interested in jobs. They want to have opportunities to meet other people with similar interests. They want to meet other people in the clean tech space. And there's no singular resource that currently provides that. So what we're looking to provide is an aggregation of events related to networking that will allow students to meet each other and to develop their own network. Of course, what you've just seen is not the end goal. We want to include features such as tag filtering. We want to include features such as a more dynamic website. Currently, the website you just saw is static. It doesn't have a backend, and I'm looking to add a backend in maybe the next few weeks. Part of the backend will include an interface for an intern to interact with an administrator of the website, a Spark intern, as I mentioned, so that they don't have to go in and edit the code directly. They can just click around on the interface that I built and be able to change the events on the website. Right now, because we were using the Weebly site, which doesn't have any support at all for a backend, we were only able to build this static website that you just seen. And because Weebly didn't have widgets to enable exactly what we're looking for, I had to write the page from scratch. So that's kind of what we're looking to do on the technical end. To summarize our filter types, we're looking to filter by location, industry, type of event, so what you saw about meetups versus conferences versus seminars or what have you. The date, and then by peer rankings, because a lot of people in our feedback survey mentioned that they wanted to see what other students were interested in. And of course, price is also important because students don't always have means to financially support themselves to travel very far. And so we are looking into a way that will let students know how much it might cost to attend, travel, and be at a conference. So other future features of the website, it will be hosted by Spark, and it will. We're looking to have the Spark resource aggregation page be the go-to place for all students interested in energy events. We're thinking that in the future it might be useful for students to sign up for a newsletter. So if they don't want to go to the webpage, they can just have everything forwarded into their inbox based on the preferences they set. And lastly, we're looking to integrate possibly with the Energy Folks platform, because Energy Folks has a similar system that takes it hosts events for Berkeley and for Stanford, and it plots them on a map. But we're maybe looking to incorporate a more interactive interface that will allow users to perhaps download events from a Google Calendar and integrate it more readily into their current workflow.
So how do we transition from here? Well, what we really want to do, as we're graduating looking for jobs, summer opportunities and things, we don't think that we can continue taking on a leading role, but we really want to help Spark apply for the DOE funding grant. And so we think our project in itself does offer something really valuable to this program and to really any student, innovator, and entrepreneur within the clean energy space. So the big thing for us is to actually construct a filterable website, something that students want to use, something that's really easy. It's like the Google for clean energy, right? Or something. Come close. So initially, we also want to grow this thing, right? So we want to grow this by incorporating a press release, which we've already drafted. We've already sent to Spark. And I think Mark actually liked it, so hopefully that'll get sent through along with everyone else's. And we also want to produce partnerships with other relevant people within the space, and that includes all these groups. So we've contacted NREL's Clean Energy Incubator Network, and we've so far gotten a positive response, and Mark and the rest of the executive board will be meeting with them next week to actually discuss what this collaboration might look like. Additionally, we want to reach out to Clean Tech Navigate Northeast, which is really just in this region right here in the Northeast area. See how they might have entrepreneurs and people act as mentors and help students also integrate themselves into the professional network. And so that's Nexus. That's networking for us. This is what students want. This is what we found from all of our market research and all of our surveys and that kind of thing. And so we really believe that what we're bringing to the table is something that's incredibly valuable for students like ourselves. I know when I was a freshman and a sophomore and I knew no idea what I was doing, this would have saved me so much time as to like, oh, I can go to this event or this is the region that I'm looking at, and, it doesn't cost that much money because I'm broke and I'm eating ramen. Like, this is so much nicer. And so, connect, engage, achieve. That's the mentality of this generation. That's what we want to empower students to do. And so that's Spark, Nexus, if you guys have any questions.
Before we dive into questions, I just want to say thank you to all our advisors, Eshe, who's here, and for Mike, Adam, Skylar, Steven, and oh my gosh, who else?
Skylar.
Yes, thank you. Who may be watching.
Yeah, without you
could
guys.
not have done it without
Yeah,
you.
not at all. So thank you so much for doing this.
Question. What role does political activism play in any of this conversation around networking and club activities?
Sure. So I think political activism, Maria probably has a better foothold on this.
Can you define what you mean by that?
Divest, particular issues around
Sure.
the university or Keystone Pipeline, taking it a step outside of the university. So
Sure.
maybe that's not relevant to this.
So like events that are being held within political activism? Sure, so those are events that we could gladly host on our site because this isn't meant for just people interested in purely the technical side of energy. This could also be conferences for what's a business aspect for using solar, like maybe Elon Musk will come in with Solar City and host that or something, which maybe. So,
If you're a student interested in political activism, you might select that as one of your preferences for your newsletter or preferences for the filter that you want for events you want to see. If you're a student interested in technology, you might select a different preference on our filtering mechanism. So we're looking to have a website that will adapt to its users.